Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or any of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Go Ghostbusters!
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Winnipeg Ghostbusters YouTube channel. Woo! I am Chris Rutz Rutherford, along with my co-host.
And I am Brian Beef Tycro, and we are so excited to have you with us here. Hello, YouTube land. Thanks for popping in. Basically, what we want to do is we want to take you through the Winnipeg Ghostbusters. We want to let you get to know us, see what we're all about, what we're doing, where we've been, and how you, yes you, can become your very own Winnipeg Ghostbuster. Join the team for a good cause. All right, my friends?
We got the tools.
Do you have the talent? I know you got the talent. I can see it through your screen, and I appreciate it. So, you know what? Let's just get the ball rolling. Ruts, Ghostbusters, when did it start? How did you get into it?
How did I get into it? Well, funny story. Let's hit the rewind button. And let's go back to, let's say, summer of 2016.
Okay.
So what had happened in the past is our co-founder, Adam, who's not with us today, him and I were neighbors, and we kind of got in this thing that we wanted to do different Halloween displays.
Nice.
So one year we had done Jurassic Park.
Ooh.
So we had the vehicles.
Did you spare no expense?
No expense. No expense. Although it was on a budget. We spent all the petty cash.
That's right.
Okay. So anyway, we did that one year. Awesome, great time. We had, I think, 200 or 300 kids that came down.
Oh,
we
wow.
advertised them on Facebook.
Nice.
So the following year, we were like, okay, what are we going to do to top that? We made a list of all these different ones we wanted to do over the next few years. And
Right.
Ghostbusters was on the list. But for some reason, we were deciding to go with the world of Nintendo.
Okay. Interesting.
So it was going to be, my yard was going to be the Mushroom Kingdom, and Adam was going to do Bowser's Castle, and we started working on some stuff.
Fits.
But in the meantime, because we had Ghostbusters on the list, I had started buying a few things, researching how to do a suit, how to do this and that, just because I wanted to do it for myself anyway.
Right.
It's always been a dream of mine.
Right.
Long story short, some stuff happened, and we couldn't do the Mario thing. It all kind of fell apart. So I went to Adam and I was like, look, I bought this inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that I'm sure if any of you have seen our pictures or been to our events, you've seen our, 8 or 10 foot Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So I bought that.
He's a big boy.
I had a Slimer costume I picked up for like $5 at clearance of
Nice.
party stuff or something.
Nice.
And I was already starting to work on the flight suit. And Adam was kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I really want to kind of spend this kind of money. And I said to him, you know what? It sounds like a lot, but I have this dream. And he's like, well, what's your dream, Ruts? Like, bring me in, sell me on this.
Yeah,
and I had watched this documentary called Ghost Heads.
Right. Yes.
Back in the summer.
Yes,
and I saw how it was all these different franchises. And that kind of brought me into the cosplay or franchise group. I didn't know that was a thing. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know when, where. Well, I know where.
Yeah.
Winnipeg, obviously, right?
Of course.
But I'm like, I want to do this. So I told Adam this. I'm like, look, this is what I want to do. I want to set up this. I want to do stuff for charity. I want to do stuff for kids.
Yeah.
He was hooked.
Nice.
He's like, Ruts, you sold me. How do we do this? So he went and got a flight suit. I had sourced them out. I had got us name tags and some patches. I'll put up a picture. We call it kind of like our Mark 1 gear. So I had taken like a Kenner pack and we had painted, and we had built within a month a whole bunch of different Ghostbusters things. We had built Janine's desk.
Nice. We
had done the chalkboard with it had all the rules of being a Ghostbuster. We had Stay Puft, and Adam had built like a bridge that he was kind of attacking.
Nice.
And then we decided, because our Comic-Con is always the weekend of Halloween. So we're like, you know what? Let's go test out our new gear. Adam had made some like paper traps and stuff like this, and his tack vest that he still wears to this day.
Yeah.
And my wife and I, so the three of us went to Comic-Con, And as we're pulling into the parking lot, we see a mom and her son dressed as Ghostbusters. We're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And she was dressed as ATC because ATC had come out that year. So we're walking around the con. We bumped into them. Sure enough, it was our other future co-founder, Sharon Blady, and her son Heiko. Hi, guys.
Hey.
And we got talking, and it was kind of like we found our tribe.
Right.
We just had this instant connection. How we love Ghostbusters, and it was like, look, tomorrow being Halloween, we're doing a Ghostbusters display. Come out, come hang out with us. Yeah. Sure enough, they did.
Nice.
And that was kind of the unofficial beginning of the Winnipeg Ghostbusters.
That's crazy. The biggest thing I've always seen with all the Ghostbuster fans and everything, it's one giant community. Like, everybody loves Ghostbusters for many different reasons, and it just brings people together. Like, the joy you see in kids from 3, 4 to their parents at 45 and 50. It's the exact same amount of joy, and it's just I don't know what it is. It's just the spirit, wink, that just fills people with. It's just a joy. It's because it's so inclusive, right? Anybody can be a Ghostbuster, and I mean that's a big thing. You'll notice that I'm not Spangler or Venkman. He's not Stance or Zeddemore. We are Rutherford, Tycro. We are the Ghostbusters. Like, we are not cosplaying as
Tony Stark.
Spider-Man. No, we put these on, and we're going to work. This is what we do, and this is what we love, and it's awesome.
It's funny you say that because I remember my grade 1 teacher asking me, Chris, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, a Ghostbuster?
Ghostbuster.
It's like, Chris, you can't be a Ghostbuster.
Well,
Mrs. Hart, don't be hating.
That's
don't
right.
be hating.
That's okay. So you found your clan, you found your tribe, you found your Ghostbusters. What's next? How do you become the Winnipeg Ghostbusters? What's the next step?
Well, I'm glad you asked. So it took a little bit to get the ball rolling on that. So I was kind of doing my research and like, okay, so there's the Calgary Ghostbusters, the New York, Phoenix, every major city in North America has at least one group.
Right.
So I kind of connected with a few of these different groups on Facebook, the different groups I'm sure a lot of us are aware of, and was like, how does this happen? Like, do you just declare yourself, you're the Ghostbusters and of that city and that's it? And I found out that no, the proper way to do it is to go and contact Ghost Corps, which is the division of Sony Pictures that is kind of manages all the Ghostbusters content. Right. So I kind of messaged them on Facebook and was like, hey, I'm from Winnipeg. We want to get a franchise going here. What do we got to do? So they got back to me. It probably took 6+ months.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, this isn't going anywhere. Like, right. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Then they reached out like, oh, sorry, we just haven't been kind of following up with our messages. Give us more details on what you want to do, what you guys have, what you guys look like, kind of this stuff. And I kind of went to them like, look, we want to raise money and support children's charities in Winnipeg, right, such as the Children's Hospital Foundation, Christmas Cheer Board, stuff like that. So they're like, okay, it sounds good, we're going to send you a package in the mail. All right, about a week later, UPS package comes. There is the certificate saying the Winnipeg Ghostbusters are an official franchise.
Oh, there was no actually legit. They're just like, yeah, we'll send you a package. And
yeah.
Boom, it's there.
And on the bottom, signed by Ivan Reitman.
That's cool.
And then there was the whole bunch of the, you have yours on, the Ghost Corps.
Oh, there you go.
Cadet pins.
I got this. Very proud of that. Very proud of that.
From there, we kind of were like, okay, what do we do,
now
right?
What do we do?
So then we kind of got our social media kind of set up. I didn't go and do anything live.
Yeah.
Talk to Sharon, talk to Adam. It was like, okay, like, are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
Like this sounds like fun. I think we're all on board. And so it was like, okay, let's come up with a logo.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Snowballed a couple things. My thing was like, you know what? we need, not to quote Ghostbusters 2, but we need something to symbolize the city that people are going to get behind.
Yeah.
And what is more Winnipeg than the Air Force and the Winnipeg Jets?
Correct.
So our logo
Go Jets, go.
is very similar to the logo that the Jets have on their shoulders,
Yes.
which is also taken from the Royal Canadian Air Force.
And you can see that logo right there.
Right there.
Literally right over my shoulder.
So then we had that set up, and then it just came down to
Getting the gigs.
getting gigs.
Oh, yeah.
So the first real big one we had is I contacted the Children's Hospital about doing the Teddy Bears Picnic.
Nice.
And, you know, not having any history, much content besides, you know, the Halloween pictures we had.
Yeah.
They were a little hesitant at first, like, "Oh, what is this? What is this?" Right? Like, well, I don't know. Is this gonna work? I'm like, "Look,
Just a bunch of people dressing up like Ghostbusters. Like,
Right.
come on. Yeah.
who knows, right?
Yeah.
These people quacks. Who knows?
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we'll try this out. We'll set you up in a little corner of a tent. You guys can set up a photo booth, take pictures for donations, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So by that time, we had started picking up quite a bit of traction on social media, and we posted, you know, we're going to be there. We had something like, I think it was like 1,300 people respond saying they were going to this.
Holy moly.
And you know, I was like, really? Like,
Wow.
didn't know what to expect. You know, we go into this, we're like, guys, like, just low expectations. Let's just go have a fun day.
Yeah.
Because, again, at this point, there hadn't been really Ghostbusters content for almost 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So-
it's been a while.
Are kids going to know us? Are they going to care about us?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, we had kids lined up outside that tent, and so many of them were in
wild.
Ghostbusters gear, T-shirts, or
Really?
flight suits, or hats,
Oh, man.
and like running up to us, giving hugs, and like, I couldn't believe it. Blew
Yeah.
my mind. I was
Yeah.
like, we're onto something here.
That's
like,
so cool.
It's catching lightning in a bottle,
Yeah. Yeah.
like the original movie, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing the joy that that kids have for Ghostbusters, because you would think, you know, it's an older franchise. Yes, it just had its resurgence again in 2016. They had it kind of introduced the logo and reintroduce Ghostbusters. But I'll never forget Comic-Con last year. We were by the front door. We're in our booth, and all I hear is this, Ghostbusters! And I look, and it's like 3 or 4-year-old kid, stoked just to see the Ghostbusters, and he came running up, and I was just like, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, and that's why we do this.
That's why we do what we do.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Bring joy, put smiles on kids
That's right.
and parents' faces.
That's right.
I mean, sometimes the kids won't even come up to us. It'll be the parents.
Yeah, really. It's the parents are like, come on, get a picture. Get a pic. I want to hold the PKE meter. Come on, let's go. Yeah. But, yeah, and it's spreading joy, but also giving back to the community, because I think, that's part of the rules of being...
That's part of the mandate.
yeah,
yes,
the mandate,
of,
sorry.
of
yeah.
being an official Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah, it's to give back to the community.
You have to get back in the community any way you seem fit. So some franchises, you know, support different charities, this and that. We choose to just support children's charities
yeah.
primarily.
Yeah.
We do that a lot by doing bigger events, Comic-Con. So we set up photo booths. We take donations for pictures of people.
Yep.
Kind of any chance we get to go and do it. That's our big way of making money.
Yeah.
We have done private events where businesses, organizations hire us to come out, pay us an honorarium to kind of show up, and we take that as a donation to the Children's Hospital as well. So I think alone last year, you know, being a post COVID, it was still...
Yeah, we weren't sure what it was going to look like.
We weren't sure, but I think we raised something like $3,500 last year.
That's wild.
Which was our biggest year.
Yeah.
So...
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
So that was huge. So, I mean, that, in a nutshell, is the Winnipeg Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So, what do we need to do to get on board?
Well,
what do you need?
If you're interested, you can always send us a DM. Go on our website. We have a little application form, very informal to fill out. But before you do that, maybe check out our next episode, which is going to be all about becoming a Winnipeg Ghostbuster and what that experience is like.
That's right. Well, guys, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. We hope you learned a little something about the Winnipeg Ghostbusters. Please don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, because we're just getting our feet rolling. There's going to be a lot more great content all about the Winnipeg Ghostbusters, Winnipeg itself and what we do in this fair city to rid you of ghosts, goblins, and ghouls. So stay tuned. I'm Beef. That's Ruts. We'll see you later. Bussin' makes me feel good.